Hi everyone, out in the garage again. Gonna make a real quick video, and there's a couple important points that I'll get to later, and then I'll talk about this week's assignment. But make sure you listen to those couple of quick points. First, you could say hi to Luigi. Luigi. Hey buddy. You got a little sweater on. Today's workout is sandbag, weight vest, some sprints, some get-ups, sandbag get-ups. Okay. So I wanted to talk about two important things. So a little background. Our first critique of the three main ethical theories that we've covered was a feminist critique. It began as a feminist critique. It quickly turned into just a general critique, not only necessarily about feminism, but there are all kinds of very interesting and I think powerful critiques of contemporary morals, contemporary ethical issues, contemporary social issues that come from a feminist perspective. And I also study environmental ethics. And so one of my favorite examples of this is the massive disparity between how women are affected worldwide and how men are affected worldwide by climate issues, climate catastrophes, droughts, hurricanes, etc. And so let me make two real quick points. The first point is that climate change is an international issue. It's a global issue. America is not alone. The way things affect America doesn't necessarily follow in other places. And so the first thing you got to do this week coming up is take it out of your head that I'm only speaking about America. I'm not only speaking about America. In fact, America is a big part of the problem, but it's not the only part of the problem. We need a global solution to this, or it's just not happening. It's just not happening. So that's the first thing. This is a global issue, not just a U.S. issue, even though it's really screwed up in the U.S. and people do not handle this well at all. Climate change is a global issue. So the second thing is that women in other countries are facing many, many different things than they face in the United States. It's absolutely a fact, and it's a fact. If you're interested, email me and I can send you the evidence that women are disproportionately affected by environmental issues in the United States, especially women of color. That is just an indisputable fact, especially in cities. This is even more so the case internationally. So I'm going to give you an article and some links to other articles if you're interested that talk about this specific issue. So we have an ethical structure of a problem with climate change. Depending on who you want to listen to, we are in very, very dire straits or serious straits. The idea that we can somehow escape from this is just absolute BS. This is a real issue. And, you should be really careful, especially listening to old people like me, because it's going to disproportionately affect younger people. I'll be dead long before the worst parts of this happen if we do nothing. Okay? But just as important to this is worldwide, women are affected in a much more disproportionate way, especially in poorer countries. So one example I often use in class is I like to talk about electricity. So Narendra Modi, who's the Prime Minister of India, has had an electrification program going on in India. And even by his estimates, which many people don't trust, he's not really that trustworthy, there are at least 200 million people in India alone, who do not even have electricity in their homes. And the reason this matters so much is the cheapest and most efficient way to get electricity into these homes is coal power. And coal is absolutely just a nightmare for climate change. And so we have this complicated issue. So we have a worldwide problem of climate change. We have a worldwide problem of poverty. We have a worldwide problem of green energy versus fossil fuel energy. And we have a worldwide problem of women being affected by many of these problems disproportionately. So keep two things in mind as you go forward. The U.S. is not the only place in the world. There's other places in the world, and they're equally affected and equally important to the solution to this problem. Second thing to keep in mind is that women, even in the U.S., but much more so in these other countries, are disproportionately affected. They're affected more by climate change and other issues like poverty than the men are. Okay? So keep those two things in mind before you go forward, and it'll explain it a little bit. And so the assignment for this week is simple. Read the article, look at a couple of the links if you're interested, and then just tell me what you think. I'm starting to push you to become philosophers yourself. You should have the general idea how this works, and most of you do from what I've read. I'm asking you to start to think about problems as ethicists, as philosophers. We have a worldwide problem. It's complicated. It's messy. It affects different groups differently. What do we do? What can we do? And that's what I'm asking you for this week. It'll be a discussion, so you'll have to post in the discussion and respond to other people. Okay? So good. Keep that little background information, and the assignment will make much more sense. And as always, if you have any questions, I'll put the number up there. There's been a little bit of trouble with the text number. I'm not sure what's going on there. Once again, it seems like some people are fine and some people aren't. I'm not sure. Something's going on with the Apple Android competition worldwide. I think that's what's really going on here. But there's nothing Mike can do about that. So anyways, I'll put the number there, and remember, you can always message me through Parkland's messaging system on Cobra, or you can email me separately. All that's on the syllabus. Okay, so I'll see you next week.